Hi everyone, this is a short demo of Cloud Archive. It's a SaaS cloud data backup solution, file archival solution if you say, and it's a fully powered by Amazon Glacier and Amazon Glacier Deep Archive services. If you want to learn more about Amazon S3 Glacier, I suggest you to visit their website. You can just type in Google Amazon S3 Glacier and you'll see all the information that you need to know about Glacier in terms of the pricing, the features, etc. Now the Glacier itself and Glacier Deep Archive, it's storage classes of Amazon S3. Amazon S3 it's a widely known cloud storage solution with 11 nines of durability and 4 nines of availability, so basically 99.99 and so on, with flexible prices. So I do recommend you to visit their pricing page as well. You get a ton of information as here, including some examples. Yeah, so there's a lot of information. So going back to the script, so as I said, it's powered by Amazon Glacier and Deep Archive. The purpose of this script is basically to allow you create your own SaaS business for storing data indefinitely, and when basically one of the most durable cloud services out there. Um, there are some ton of features as well which are not available in easily in for example in AWS Management Console. Obviously you can store directly in nowadays in AWS Management Console, but that's really inconvenient. So you have to have each time access to your AWS account, and then you have to know which files you want to archive or backup. And then you have to have um, basically do multiple actions just to retrieve your file. That's the same true for this script as well, but I'll show in the demo. Just wanted to give you some brief information about Amazon S3 Glacier and Glacier Deep Archive storage classes. Now there's some nice front end as well that's pre-built for you. All the SaaS files and then the front ends as well, which are created with standard HTML5, and a CSS structure is provided upon purchase, and can be customized as you need it. So the front end SaaS files are separate from the back end, so you can just simply change the front end and compile it, and pretty much have your own front end as you need. You can have two subscription plan types, monthly and yearly, which currently supports 5 different payment gateways. 4 of them are online, one is offline. Some blocks, and then FAQ sections if you want to have pretty much all the answers for your clients. Now, without further ado, let's log in. So you also can log in with social media accounts, but currently for the demo purposes they are not set. So it's just pretty much empty social media icons without backend API codes. I mean API keys. So upon login as an admin, you will see the admin dashboard with information such as number of users, subscribers, income, spending, etc. And how is your total, let me just expand it, and how is your total storage tier looks like in terms of the allocated space. Now allocated space, it includes basically two things. One is the space the people purchase, so the people that subscribe to your plans, and whatever the amount that was included in the subscription plan, that's the total you'll see here, and the number of actual files uploaded in terms of the size, of course. You will see some dashboards, separate dashboard as well, tables for the financial overview in terms of total earnings and spending, and then breakdown in terms of the users per day, for example, how many registered, etc., the latest 5 transactions, the latest registrations, and so forth. So as I said, if you want to dive deep into the file structures, what kind of files are being uploaded under archive management, you will see that information here. So you'll see breakdown in terms of how many the what portion of your data in terms of the size are being uploaded to Glacier storage and what portion is being uploaded to Glacier Deep Archive storage. How many of them are free tiers? Free tiers are pretty much anyone who registers. You can allocate them free, whatever the amount of space you want. And then paid storage are subscribe files uploaded by subscribers. You will see some breakdown on the category. So this is just overall generic category. Um, and then the breakdown of the actual uploads per month. Now, as an admin, you do get to see all the uploaded archives. So you can call them archives, you can call them files, but here, since it's mainly for the purpose of this service is basically long-term storage, we will refer them to as an archives. You get to see, as I said, all the files uploaded by whom, are they paid or free, and so on and so forth. There is something important I'll show in terms of the download and then retrieval. So it's not standard file uploading solutions that you might get that you have used in the past or that you're used to. So the Glacier and Glacier Deep Archive storage classes, they work differently. These two are the separate ones within the Amazon storage classes. Although Glacier now supports instant retrieval, but we didn't include this here. It basically doesn't make much sense to include Glacier Retrieval at this point. It will just become another Amazon S3 storage, which just reduce price. So kind of doesn't really help in terms of reducing the price significantly, but although you still get discount comparing to standard Amazon S3 standard class. I'm referring here to the standard S3 and Glacier instant retrieval, which is again, I'll repeat, not implemented on this script. Now all you need to configure the script is pretty much your AWS API keys in terms of the secret key and then access key and secret access key. And you'll have to include one bucket name and define the region where this bucket is. And there are instructions on documentation in terms of how to configure your Amazon S3 bucket and pretty much how to create IAM user and then get generate the access keys and include them. You can define the default storage. This is the amount of space in megabytes provided to each and every user, when they register, they will be assigned this amount immediately. You can put 0, you can put whatever the amount. The maximum uploaded size, the parallel uploaded files, you can define as many as you need. These are, oh, sorry, this is yeah, I just misread. The maximum upload size is the file size actually that you are allowing to upload, and is defined into two categories: for admin and subscribers, and for free tier users. So you do have control in terms of the limit, what's the biggest file size that you're allowing to upload. Now upload quantity, on the other hand, is how many files you can upload in parallel. There is no limit, but I do recommend you to put in within the more or less, less than 50 or something like this. Whatever I wouldn't put thousands because the whoever is uploading might just run out their buffer cache and then they'll face an error. Now the reason for facing an error is because all the uploads are natively implemented with multi-file upload system. So the multi-part file uploader, it's a native feature from Amazon S3. What it does is breaks the file into the chunks that you specify here. So as you can see, we specified 5 megabyte. That's the minimum that you can specify. In terms of the file size, the maximum is 5 gigabyte. So that each file is split in these chunks and uploaded in parallel. Now, obviously, the more files you have, the smaller chunks you have, there's a big chance that you'll basically experience a buffer overflow of your browser cache. Now, by the way, all the uploads are direct, so which means from user's browser directly to your Amazon S3 bucket. The local the server where the script is hosted is not used at all for storing the files for temporarily or whatever, for whatever the reason. Now the Glacier, when you retrieve, when you upload data to Amazon S3 Glacier, data is not available to download immediately at all. You have to request the data. So when you request the data, you are asked in terms of how many days you want data to be available for downloading, and this is where you specify. Now Script supports two options, Glacier storage and deep archive storage, which are basically, again, two classes of Amazon S3. So I do recommend you to visit more in terms of to learn more about Amazon S3 on the Amazon link here. So that's pretty much it. The rest are standard, so I'll not go over them. It's basically user management. Although there is one thing that I want to mention, since it's a demo of this script that might be useful, is in case if you want to change the size. So obviously you can customize the user's settings here in terms of make them um, admin or whatever. That's something to if you want to change the user group or if you want to suspend it. So you can make them admin or subscriber without paying. That's standard information. But if you go to the view user details, you can increase user storage manually. Um, so you can put whatever the amount you want here, and that will be permanently stored with this user. So that should be useful in case, let me check. Yeah, in case, for example, if you want to have, if you want to allocate to someone whatever the amount or for yourself, you can change it here. In terms of finance part, let's touch it quickly because it's important, and then we'll get to the actual uploading part, demo of the uploading part. Now this is standard dashboard in terms of the finance part, but let's get to the actual plans. So I will have separate um, tutorial videos for creating support plans, like subscription plans, because you do need to include something specific. So this is how it looks, yearly plans and monthly plans with all further details. But I'll just go quickly over one part is, so all the required fields, they have basically red asterisks. One thing to note are the payment gateway plan IDs. So the script does not generate PayPal or Stripe, or as you can see, 4 payment gateways are used here, and you have to have these plan IDs or product IDs, they're called respectively in the proper payment gateways from the payment gateway websites itself. So you cannot put just random digits here. You have to have these plan IDs generated on your PayPal account as an example if you plan to use PayPal, and get it from there. So I will have this tutorial on how to create one. So it's pretty easy, but the main reason for this is to make sure that if for example PayPal changes their APIs, you don't get hurt by anything. So the payment processing is actually done by PayPal, so which is good for you. And then you can set the storage size, whatever the storage amount you want to provide for the um, for the subscription plan. Now, two important fields, and again, I'll touch each of those fields separately on the different video. But quickly, these two fields that you'll see now are expedited retrieval, and then standard retrieval options. So the expedited is only supported for Glacier tier. Standard is supported by both Glacier and Glacier Deep Archive tiers. So just keep in mind, and I'll show you in demo what are those two things are. You also get to see all the subscribers in terms of who subscribed, what kind of plan, etc. You can also cancel the subscription of the user if you don't want, but we'll just skip it for now. You can see all the payment transactions, so that's pretty standard. And the system also has user referral system integrated, and there are two options, and you can enable both of them at the same time. The first is give user additional storage space if they referred someone and someone registered and with email verification. Second is if in terms of the percentage return of the initial payment or every payment, so you can set it here. Now the rest are pretty straightforward. Yeah, these are payment settings. So let's get to the user panel. In terms of the general settings, again, it's a standard. Don't want to touch anything here. The front end, you can create actually blocks or frequently asked questions, customer reviews. Pages manager are basically for terms and condition and privacy pages. Then change your logos, etc. all in from the admin panel. Now, when user logs in, they will see their user dashboard in terms of what kind of subscription plan they are currently subscribed, the total storage space available for them, how many files are being requested for downloading, and how many files are already available for download. So the dashboard itself shows those files immediately. For example, if you have thousands of files, if you requested some of them to download, you can see them here. And then in terms of how you've been utilizing your storage, and then a bit more on the subscription details. So as you can see here, the demo admin subscribed for a yearly subscription, so I get to pay pretty much 160 per month per year. And now in terms of the pricing, that's important to understand. The price of Glacier Deep Archive is 99 cents per 1 TB. So you can say $1 per terabyte, but that's for data storage. You do have to understand that there is a cost, a small percentage, I mean, so small portion of cents per 1,000 of retrieval requests, and then for API calls as well. But those are in a bulk, doesn't make well a lot of cost occurring, because at the end of the day, when you create a subscription plan, you do include all these extra costs is in within the subscription plan price, and then the rest is your pure margin, so to say. To get details on the pricing part, I suggest you to go through the pricing page. So it's basically the website is aws.amazon.com S3 pricing. You can just ignore the last part. It's still the same link. And here you have all the details in terms of the data retrieval parts, and that's what I'm referring to. The ingress the data traffic is free at Amazon. Egress traffic is free up to 100 gigabyte per month. So that's also important to understand. And again, I do suggest you to have a look at this if you're not familiar with pricing of Amazon S3. At the end of the day, you can make a ton of profit um, with this SaaS product. But again, you just have to calculate your potential subscription plan in a way that it will be attractive for your users, but at the same time, you are earning a significant margin out of each subscriber. So coming back to this, you can download since it's available for download. Just I'll quickly mention here. When you see a green sign, it means the product is ready to be downloaded. So you can go ahead and then just click download, and download process starts. Or yeah, here you go. So it's just downloaded. Um, what else? Let's go to the actual file upload. Now, whatever you set, if you remember, there were maximum number of parallel uploads were 3 files, and the maximum size for subscribers it was 20 megabyte. Again, this is just limitation of demo. So let's just upload something quickly. For example, just torrent file. Why not? And as you can see, I uploaded file here. Again, this is a small file, but anyways, that's enough to show the demo. And what you can do pretty much in any place, including here, you have several buttons. Let me actually go to your archives. Those gonna be same buttons, but I just want to make sure I touched all of them. So this is the place where you'll see all your files that have been uploaded. The upload archive will show you only the files that have been uploaded today, hence the name. The dashboard again will show you only the files, the archives that are ready for download or that are currently being in the process of retrieval. But this is the place in terms of where you can see all your archival archives basically. As you can see, how many total archives you have, how many ready to download, and then how many being requested. So that's helpful when you have thousands of files here. So the file structure pretty much, the buttons are here. The two of them are pretty standard in terms of if you want to delete the file. So just delete for you. Then comes so that's been already requested, but let me go ahead and then see the view the details. So here in the details, it's just some additional information. That's it. But that's the important part here. So as you can see, let me check this WinRAR. Yeah, this the WinRAR file. It's not downloadable. It hasn't been requested. So if I go ahead directly and click download, I'll get an error saying that the selected archive is not ready for downloading. So I'll have to request it first. Now, if I go to the one that's being requested, that's going to be the same. And it's doesn't allow you until you'll see a green sign. The green. Now the way it works is there is a cron task which is running on the back end, which whenever you put basically archive retrieval request, it verifies if the archive is ready to be downloaded, and then it changes the status and you are ready to download. Now, unfortunately, our hosting provider for that's where this demo script is hosted does not allow you a 1 minute interval cron tasks. They're all 5 minute. So unfortunately, even if this request is processed immediately, with the expedited retrieval request, you still have to wait 5 minutes. Again, this is for demo purposes, but in your hosting, definitely target the cron task, which can run 1 minute. If there is something less, definitely go for it, but I haven't seen any less, and I don't think there is one, but still I might be wrong. So let's go ahead and request. Again, this is created with Glacier, uploaded with Glacier storage tier. If I go click on the request archive, I have three options. The bulk, which is a free tier, but it's will be ready typically in 5 to 12 hours. So that's the slowest, but it's free of charge. The standard retrieval, it's available for Glacier and Glacier Deep Archive storage tiers, and it's typically ready within 3 to 5 hours. The expedited is ready within 1 or 2 minutes, but for files which are less than 200 or 300 megabytes, if it's larger, usually it takes 3 to 5 minutes, so it's still not allowed. There is also an option, as I said earlier at the of this video, is in terms of Glacier instant retrieval. Now the price of the instant retrieval is a bit high, but in the future we might include it if there'll be a request for this. And you can see here there is a notification to the users that download the file which are being processed when they'll be available for downloading. They'll be available only for 1 day. This is the duration that you put in the configuration page, if you remember. So let's go ahead and do expedited. And so the request has been submitted, and as you can see, it's changed to the green one. If I go ahead and request it on the, for example, first one, again, a submission request, I can pick any of them, doesn't matter. It will not allow me. It will say that the request is already in progress, so there's not much to do. And you can, again, based on the subscription plans, when you are creating a plans, any kind of plan, you can enable or disable expedited or standard retrieval options. You can enable one of them or enable both of them or disable both of them and just leave bulk retrieval for everyone. And the way download works is simple as we've seen before. Just click download and then that's it. So that's the important part that I want to show. The other part is, since I'm already signed up, but user can sign up either from my balance and subscribe now, picking any kind of plan. Here, as you can see, I'm already signed up, so the system will not allow me to sign up again. So I'll have to cancel my subscription and then go for it again. Or I can sign up from here for any kind of plans. Also, I can create support requests to the admin if I'm facing some kind of issue, and if admin can contact with all customers at once with sending an notification. So it's a marketing campaign or anything you prefer. You just go to mass notification and then I don't know, put something random. Just go ahead and put something here. Um, let's say just a random message. And since admin is also a user, it will appear here, obviously. Um, and then you can just read it or do whatever you want. That's it. So that's a short, quick demo. Again, the important part here is to understand the data retrieval and then how downloading works. So it's not an instant retrieval archiving solution. It is the real archiving solution for long term, where you can store files for months, for years, without being worried that a file might be to get damaged or corrupt. Because again, the script uploads directly to Amazon S3 bucket in your region with the proper respective storage tiers that you select upon upload. By the way, you select the storage class here, whether it's a Glacier or Glacier Deep Archive. And on the AWS side, when your files archives are uploaded to Amazon S3, the Amazon S3 replicates your data automatically for free of charge in three distinct data centers, basically what they call in availability zones within the regions that you specified. That's free of charge. So even if that one data center, entire data center fails, your all of the data will be still available. And there's other ton of options in terms of how to replicate your S3 bucket and then add various bucket policies, etc. for security reasons. But that's up to you and up to your knowledge of AWS services. So it will not get there. The other thing is that you can also translate this script. For the demo purposes, we included Spanish language. As, again, that's just for demo purposes. You can just click on it, and then the entire interface changes to Spanish. And you can from the there's documentation in terms of how to translate or integrate new languages. Again, it's just a matter of translating one JSON file, and that's it. The instructions are provided in documentation. So for if you have any kind of issues or questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. And there's also documentation, comprehensive documentation that you can follow to install the script. So the links for the demo and then will be for the link provide will be provided in the description, or you can just copy and paste here and record this one. And the entire source code is available in Codecanyon. So I forgot to mention it at the beginning. And the link again for the Codecanyon is under description as well, so you can get it from there and then ask questions in Codecanyon, or you can leave a comment here on YouTube. We will get back to you. Okay, thank you. Have a great day.